a store, wanting to convince her to get back together. He promised he hadn't taken any other women to the loft and never will, so to prove it, he gave her his key. After hearing Vincent's confession, Philip got very angry and grabbed the knife from the bed, intending to attack Vincent, but the other men kept them apart, so Philip just threw the knife at him. Vincent caught it and put it back on the bed as he asked Marty if they were going to leave him hanging, which caused Marty to remember some things of his own. Some weeks before, Marty showed up at the loft while Vincent was busy with a woman to tell him Miriam had left him after Dana showed at his house to ask for more than just a fling. Marty was devastated and asked Vincent to help him get Miriam back, so Vincent promised he'd talk to her. Vincent wanted to move the body away, and Philip called him out for speaking of Sarah like an inconvenience. Vincent thought that was golden coming from Philip and reminded him of his own incident from a few weeks ago. Chris and Vincent were rushing into the loft because they heard about an emergency. They found a very stoned and violent Philip completely losing his mind and a woman handcuffed to the bed, crying and saying Philip hit her and took advantage of her. Philip yelled at her that call girls couldn't be taken advantage of, and Chris pushed him against the wall for that, saying he wasn't any better than his drunk abusive father. This angered Philip even more, and he told Chris he'd never understand what he and Zoe had to go through, but Chris told him back then he didn't know what kind of man his mother had married, otherwise he would have helped his half-siblings escape. After freeing the girl from the handcuffs, Chris gave her all the money he had and begged her not to go to the police. The girl left saying she won't, but only because her testimony would be useless if they didn't back her up. Marty hadn't known about this incident because they wanted to protect Philip, and since everyone was airing their secrets, Luke felt it was his turn as well. He admitted that a long time ago, he installed hidden cameras in the loft. The cameras weren't recording 24/7 though, only at certain times, so Luke didn't have anything from last night because Vincent had broken his own rules and told nobody that he'd be using the loft. It was not the first time he broke the rules, and Vincent was now worried about his secrets being on tape, but Luke promised he'd never betray his best friend. He also said that when people got hurt they ended up finding each other.